They're very, very heavy bombs. And they go, boom. And as soon as those things, the one pilot, the first one said, skedaddle. And that thing just turned on its side. And it's so unbelievable.
What you just saw right there was Donald Trump talking about bombing Iran in front of a bunch of McDonald's franchise owners, because as we all know, there is nothing more American than talking about bombing the Middle East in front of the good old Golden Arches. But in all honesty, it is great to see Donald Trump supporting his favorite American eatery, because as we all know, he has been a McDonald's lover since day one. But in all seriousness, Donald Trump does not look or sound too good here. His voice is raspy and weak, and this is just one very short clip out of a long speech full of random tangents and gaffes and just general utter confusion coming out of the president's mouth here. All of this together is not a great look for Trump and is making me think that there needs to be a serious look into his mental wherewithal. So if you want to see more insane moments from this speech, be sure to watch to the end of this video, as well as leave a like on it and subscribe to the Really American YouTube channel.
And we're going to make the American dream a word that, 2 words that you didn't have. You didn't have those 2 words. Remember when Biden said, it's all about 3 words, the American dream. You don't want to ever get in that situation. Remember that? That was not good.
So here is Ramblin' Don going on and on about 3 words this, 2 words that, American dream, the American dream, where am I, McDonald's, Big Mac. You're going to start to sense a pattern here where Donald Trump cannot stay on topic in this speech for more than just a few seconds. It's actually kind of worrying.
Not nice. I said, you got to go to sugar. Just like I said, why is the Gulf of Mexico called the Gulf of Mexico? I said, we're changing the name. And now it's the Gulf of America. It has nothing to do with McDonald's, but maybe it does.
Like, what is he even going on about here? The Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with McDonald's. Maybe it does. What do you mean maybe it does? What is he even referring to here? He is just saying things to get a reaction out of this crowd without even thinking about it. He's just rambling on and on about the Gulf of Mexico. We get that you changed the name, dude. It was a pointless, stupid decision then, and it still is a pointless, stupid decision now. And why are you bringing this up at a McDonald's summit? I really have no clue. So just to recap, we've seen Trump talk about Biden bombing Iran and the Gulf of Mexico so far. Just making sure we're all caught up here. But gosh, I wish I knew more about Trump's McDonald's order.
Because no matter who you are, everyone loves something at McDonald's. There's always something to have. I like the fish. I like it. You could do a little bit more tartar sauce, though, please. Seriously. I hate when I say, do you have any tartar sauce? Do you understand that? Yes, I had. He understands that.
Putting that strange scraping noise aside that he makes after saying that he likes the fish, he is in his element here, right? If there is one thing that Trump is an expert on, it's Mickey D's. Now, he's not an expert on foreign policy, domestic affairs, immigration, legislation, running a successful business, or being a good father, but he is a master at the McDonald's menu. And I'm going to say it. I know this might sound crazy here. I'm going to have to agree with Trump. I know. Just hear me out, okay? Just hear me out. I don't get the filet of fish often. It's not my McDonald's order. But if I do, it could use a little more tartar sauce.
They had restrictions on water. So you want to wash your hands, or like me, I want to wash my hair. I lather up. Then I turn that, and there's no water. The water's going to drip. They put a restrictor on. I won't mention the 3rd item in the bathroom because I always get criticized. I used to mention that, but I don't mention it anymore because you know what I think you do. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you shouldn't be owning a McDonald's franchise.
So this clip here is just the beginning of the water saga in this speech. Trump, for some reason, talks about water and water restrictions and water stoppers and all this kind of stuff. He talks about it a lot during this speech, as if he just went to the bathroom at this summit and there was no water coming out of the sink, so he just had to complain about it to these people. Because it is such a strange yet specific tangent and something that he stays on for quite a while here.
And you'd go into the sink, new places generally. And you turn on the water, and there's literally no water. And how about the places that think they're going to save a fortune, so they spend a lot of money where the water turns off there? You press the thing, which you hate to do, you know, your hands, you don't like to press. So you get the towel, you press it, you wash it, and the water stops. So they have both a restrictor and a stopper.
These are just snippets of the whole tirade. Clearly, Trump is pretty upset about sinks turning off automatically. Annoyed enough that he shared it with a room full of McDonald's franchise owners, some of which probably have water restrictors on their own sinks. But I don't know, maybe in another life, Trump would have been a great plumber. What the hell is he even talking about here? Imagine if Joe Biden, just imagine for a second, if Joe Biden went off on a tangent like that, what we just saw right there. It would be headline news for days. Every network would be talking about it. Fox would have a special border on the bottom saying Biden has lost his mind for the next week. It would be everywhere. But when Trump says it, it's no big deal. It's Teflon Don. He can say whatever he wants. No one cares. This guy really can say anything. And here's another clip of Trump giving some advice to these franchise owners.
And wages for hourly workers are rising at the fastest pace in 60 years. And sometimes you might say, was that good or bad? It's great for you. The minimum wage thing you'll have to be talking about. You're going to have to fight. We were talking about...
Yeah. There is Trump telling McDonald's franchise owners to fight to keep the minimum wage as low as possible. Is it the most predictable thing of all time? Yes. Yes, it is. But is it still really shitty to see? Also, yes, because McDonald's bottom line operates on getting cheap labor to sell their fast food for them, but Trump pushing these franchise owners to not raise the minimum wage is just subjugating these workers to shittier and shittier environments as inflation increases, things get more expensive, but minimum wage stays the same. These workers are just getting in worse and worse environments because they're getting paid the same amount and they have to pay way more for everything else. Whew, you know, watching all of these clips about McDonald's really made me work up an appetite, to be honest. So you know what? I think I'm going to go grab some grub. Don't worry, it won't be McDonald's, though. But either way, if you like this video or want to see more like it, be sure to leave a thumbs up here and also comment down below what you think about this crazy McDonald's rant, as well as subscribe to the Really American YouTube channel. Have a nice day.
Once you run for office, you better like shaking hands or you got a problem. You ever see a politician? No, I don't want to shake hands. Can you do that? I don't think you wouldn't be a politician very long. I actually thought that with COVID, that would be the end because, you know, they didn't want you to shake. I said, well, but then it came back a little bit slowly, then eventually. But when you're a politician, you have to shake hands. So I like washing my hands. It's so ridiculous. So I undid all of that nonsense. But we did much more important for you. We've rescinded the insane Biden energy regulations on ovens, cooktops, microwaves, and ice makers that were driving your costs through the roof. At the United Nations today, they approved the Board of Peace, which is I'm going to chair, and we're picking the leaders or the heads of the most important nations in the world. I think it'll be a board like no other than perhaps the McDonald's board. You have a very good board. You actually have a very good board.